I want to welcome everybody to this holiday week episode of Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Duario, your host. As always, we're sans the beanied one today. He had some stuff going on that he just wasn't able to make it afterwards. So we got the babyface one, Theo Wolski,
What up, what up, what up?
and the maitre d' services, the man with the couch, the man rocking the Donkey Kong shirt. The man, the myth, the legend, the lion's mane,
Is it
Jason
Donkey Kong or
Bolidio.
Jumpman?
Oh no.
How's it going,
Donkey Kong or
guys?
Jumpman?
It is Mario, or yeah, Donkey Kong. It is
Okay.
Donkey Kong. There is a homeboy on the back side, but anyways, how's it going,
Heard there
guys?
was like a
How's it
difference, isn't
going?
there?
Mm,
If I
I think
remember
it's just
correct,
regional
yeah.
difference.
I think remember if I remember correctly, back in the beginning of Donkey Kong, he was originally called Jumpman, and then they renamed
Yeah.
him to Mario.
Okay.
So, anyways, how you guys doing? I know Jay, we missed you last week. Everybody
Yeah,
says
I know. I
hi.
wish I got called into work,
Yep.
it is the holiday season, so
Who responsibilities?
yeah, I know, for real, right? It's a
Dude,
little crazy.
so
So,
Jay, I gotta say,
mm,
back when we used to have the chicken talk, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I now have a Costco membership. I've gone in the last 2 weeks to get myself a chicken, and man, the way they gotta just rip through those chickens is insane.
What do you mean?
After just watching it in person, just bringing out all those just racks of chickens, laying them out for a second, and then it's like grab, flip the bag, drop them in, put them over, zip them up. Like they gotta haul through those chickens because there is a line for them chickens.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I
But
haven't experienced
Yeah.
this at Costco because anytime that I've been to my Costco, there is no line. And the people making cooking the chickens are like just standing there, do nothing. And there's chicken still on the counter. I'm
Ah,
like, what's
ah.
going on?
It is. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's a thing in the past, and I'm glad that I don't do it anymore.
yeah.
I just feel like that is a testament that you should come to Colorado and work at that Costco because it sounds like it's a little bit easier.
Oh, dude, no. It's. I don't know how to put it. Like, I mean, it feels like a National Geographic moment.
I'm
If you
never
ever
gonna be
get
able to
to it.
walk into a Costco anymore and not think of it
Yeah.
as a National Geographic moment.
I'm
Yeah, I
just
mean,
gonna have
like,
that narrator in my head when you do that,
no,
and
you just
I'm
you
gonna be
need not the
looking for the different
narrator, not the
tribes.
narrator. You need the was it the very climactic, you know, drum music that they always
Okay.
put.
Okay,
And you just think of that in your head, and you're gonna just see it a whole lot differently because there's always it's just a funny moment, like because
I
everyone
just
just
like. Why did you
are
have to say
there for
National
it.
Geographic? Because now,
Because
but I still have the narrator just like, and now we see the chicken makers in their natural
yeah,
habitats.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
because all the
Are we
time that's
going
all
with
we think about on our side
Oh
of
my
it.
God,
are we
it's
Just
going
ridiculous.
Morgan Freeman,
no,
Sir
no,
Anthony
no, no.
Hopkins for
Like
the narrator? Like,
no, no. I said no. Like
No,
you don't need the narration at all because
Benedict
like there are
Cumberbatch.
plenty of times where back
good choice.
before, and I've gotten in trouble for it, and they've kind of like given me a talk. Before I used to just roll that little cart about 10 feet from the door and just roll and just walk away. Just walk away because,
Like,
there are
have at it.
people that, yep, there are people that are just too, they cannot wait a second longer, so uh,
Ours
it is a thing.
is the counter, like everything's behind a counter, so they can't even do a cart. It's just they have to build them and toss them onto a warmer shelf.
Oh, I feel
Mhm.
bad for if we had that problem at our Costco because there's the chicken heater and then there's another display and then the entrance the behind, so they have to
Mhm.
cart it around
Mm.
Oh,
the
they don't even
building.
cart it at ours. They just literally pull the racks out of the whatever you want to call them, the chicken cookers, drop
That
them on the
sounds easier
counter,
though.
Mhm.
and then they bag them right there and they put them in. So,
Yep.
but I have, after watching it, Jason in person, mad respect for what you had to go through.
Oh, bro.
Mad
And I
respect.
mean, I don't know how many ovens they have. Um,
They've got two.
Didn't you have
two
like
ovens?
8 or something at
Well, no, it's
yours?
like two the like top to bottom,
Yeah,
so top and
so
bottom,
four
so like
ovens.
so four ovens. Okay.
Yeah. See,
You have
that's
like 8 at your
actually
Costco,
very
right?
that's very simple. Ours is five, so
And
it's five total ovens.
right.
Um,
I thought there was
and-
2 stacked, right?
yeah, yeah. So it's
Oh,
one,
okay.
two, and then we have a half one with the one underneath.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, when you always run out of chickens, and it is what it is, man. Like, well, the one tip I can give you, Matt, is figure out
That
when
chickens wait
they,
for no one.
yeah, when they have fully come out, because they are always on a set schedule.
Ah, oh, okay then.
So the only reason why they're usually on a set schedule, give or take like about 10 minutes, because of just how
Yeah.
fast they normally produce. Like, I already know I still have mine memorized, so I still don't have to worry about like what time they like.
Yeah.
Just
They're,
it's
they're like, oh,
burned
how
into your
much longer
brain.
for it? Yeah, it's gonna brain like rotated in at least for the nighttime. So
It's been one of those ones I'm trying to like, especially, and I started it last week too, but especially more so after we talked with like Austin last week about some of the stuff he's doing to help lose weight. Like I'm trying to switch in more natural stuff versus like the purely processed like chicken patties and all of that, So it's been kind
yeah,
of nice. Go pick up a chicken,
yeah,
debone
just
it, have leftovers for a couple of
Devour
nights,
it.
yeah,
you know.
honestly, watch the sodium level, because they are high in sodium. Um,
Yeah,
so
I do one a week.
yeah,
That's
that's
it.
fine. Yeah, because
So
those chickens are high in sodium. So
been doing last couple of nights I've been doing diced up some potatoes, put them into the air fryer with a little olive oil,
yeah.
pulled them out, and then did some cheese and bacon on them, and did like
Mm.
uh diced baked potato bowls, essentially. It's
Okay.
Right
been
on,
kind of nice.
right on.
So, but we got some stuff to talk about. The first is gonna be a little bit more sombering, um, as the gaming industry is kind of in mourning right now, over the loss of Vince Zampella, who was the co-founder of Respawn. He's kind of in some ways, the godfather of Call of Duty. He and he was latest round was the head of Battlefield, but he died in a car crash on Sunday. Um, he lost control, from everything the reporting now. He lost control of the car he was driving and hit a concrete barrier. Kind of reminiscent a little bit of, if people remember what happened with Paul Walker. It was similar, but except for this was coming out of a tunnel on the one of the highways north of LA. So, um, when you look back at, Vince's career, he's been responsible for Titanfall, Titanfall 2, Apex Legends, the Star Wars Jedi series. He was part of Call of Duty Modern Warfare when he was over at Infinity Ward. Um, it's he started off on Medal of Honor, and when they decided to bring that, EA decided to bring that in-house, he went and jumped ship and went to an Infinity War, and then eventually just started his own studio. Um, so he's a name that everybody has known in the gaming industry. We know how good Titanfall 2 has been. I mean, we all played, some of us played Apex Legends. We had a lot of fun with that, the Jedi series. So, it's sad to see these things happen. Vince was only 55. So it kind of puts you a little bit into perspective of how fragile life really is, especially, when you start looking at cars and everything too. So, um, you know, so I just want to kind of say thoughts going out to there. I mean, it's been an outpouring of from voice actors to fellows, competing studios and everything. And he's gonna be missed, and we'll see how Respawn carries on without him because he's been a very big driving force for them for a while now. Especially when he took over Battlefield. We know how good Battlefield has responded, especially with Vince at the helm of it. So we'll see how things go from there. Um, so with that, Jason, we haven't been able to go over our Game of the Year stuff, the Game Awards.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because the
Huh.
Game Awards happened, they voted, and then we had the crew on last week, so we
Yeah.
couldn't really talk about it. So we're gonna go through how we voted and how things turned out. So starting out, uh, Game of the Year went Claire Obscure. Now it's funny, one of the topics we're going to be talking about tonight is how AI is impacting gaming, but um, at the Independent Game Awards, um, they actually just stripped Claire Obscure of their best Game of the Year
Now, did they
award.
strip it or did
They have
Clear
sh
Yeah,
Obscure
they rescinded it. Yeah.
they
rescinded
rescinded
it?
it. No,
Yeah,
the Independent Game Awards rescinded the award from them
okay, because I mean
because
it's one thing if
I
they step down versus if the
no, the
Game
award
Awards
show
pulled it.
pulled it because it came to find out that Claire Obscure used AI for asset placeholders. After the game's release, they released a patch that removed all of the AI assets from the game. But the Independent Game Awards is very strict on their rulings that you cannot use AI in any way to make the game.
Hmm.
So, I mean, a lot of companies nowadays are all using AI at some point for something, you know. So it'll be interesting to see what's going forward. So, of course, best game direction
I mean, at
was.
least it was just assets. It's not like it
That's the thing
was.
is that's what I don't get is it's like it was placeholder, asset
But
placeholder. That's
but it's
it.
still it's
Like,
just a matter of assets. So it's just going to be a certain visual, and like you said, like it's a placeholder, so it got replaced. It's not like it
yeah,
was. It's not like generative AI made the mechanics or wrote the story or
correct.
anything like that. It's just something like a texture, probably that they needed to uh, put there in order to know give some time for the developers or the artists or anything like that. I mean, it's if you have to use a I guess a shortcut in order to make your
I mean,
deadlines, it might be okay.
they were a
But
small team. Like
yeah, because
the
it's
fact
what it was a team of five or something like that.
I don't even remember like something small. Like we're
Uh,
talking like No Man's Sky level small.
right.
Like so, best game direction did go to Claire Obscure. Best narrative went to Claire Obscure. I mean, they pretty much swept everything. Everybody was joking
Mhm.
this was pretty much the Claire Obscure Awards. Um,
So if they did win as many as they did, did they only strip game of the year?
from the Independent Game Awards, they're so far from what I know is they've done Game of the Year got stripped from
Okay.
them. I don't know what other awards that Claire Obscure won, but that was the big one that. kind of caused a little controversy. Um, so best score in music went to Claire Obscure. We ended up voting for Death Stranding 2.
Hmm.
Um,
I know I'd voted
Mm,
for Hades Seal on that one. So.
yep. So best audio design went to Battlefield 6. However, we did vote for
Still,
Silent Hill.
yeah, this one's still little,
I
no,
don't know, because I mean, it just kind of depends on your level of what you were going for. I mean, like if it's
yeah.
immersion, I could maybe see Battlefield 6 might be better than Silent Hill, but
I mean, there are a lot of shooter people that, will push this one. So I guess, it was just, the rope. So
Yeah. So, all right. Best performance went to Jennifer English. We had voted for Troy Baker. Um, honestly, any one of these folks,
yeah,
you could have gone
any one
wrong.
of
Just
them.
any one of them, and you would have
mm,
been wrong, right?
Yeah, not at
Um,
all.
all right. Innovative accessibility. The winner was Doom: The Dark Ages. We voted
Really?
for South of Midnight.
That is
Um,
interesting.
yeah. Like we even, I mean, we pulled up some of the accessibilities, and we still felt that South of Midnight was better.
right. I don't know.
Um, Games for Impact, we voted for South of Midnight. South of Midnight won. Best ongoing, we voted for No Man's Sky, and it was voted the winner, much to the chagrin of Jason.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like it is fine because No Man's Sky, they have worked their butt off to get
Hello
Hmm.
this.
Games. I mean, I mean, when we go back to talking about like Claire Obscure and how small that team was, I mean, No Man's Sky at Hello Games, that was in a tiny, tiny studio
Yeah.
that put that game out. It released
It
Hmm.
was terrible
poorly,
on release.
and
It
they have.
was a joke on release. It was,
Mhm.
and this was years ago. You could just be like, it was a No
Yep.
Man's Sky kind of moment. Now they consider it a cyberpunk moment. It
Yeah.
was replaced. So, they took their time. The product that they want is finally where they want it, kind of.
And it's from
There's still
everybody
improvement.
that I see playing it, they still rave about it now, like on
Yeah,
how
yeah.
good it
Now it
is.
is like
Hmm.
it came from zero to hero. It
Yep.
just shows that kept their they kept their backs into it, kept their feet on the ground, and they just had that little grind to make sure that it
Yep.
was good, and that's where they are now.
All right.
Props to them, props to
Best
them.
community support. We voted for Helldivers 2 and it went to Baldur's Gate 3.
Didn't even
If I
think
rem
they had support or even
Yeah,
needed it.
right.
Like
they
it's a
have an
finished game.
yeah. I mean, they do have pretty decent community support on that, but I see more out of, Helldivers and Final Fantasy and even No Man's Sky than I do Baldur's Gate. But,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's how people voted. Um,
just seems weird.
so best independent game went to Clair Obscur. As far as the independent game awards, the game of the year went from Clair Obscur to Blueprints.
Okay.
So it's now this award is now onto Blueprints, not Clair Obscur.
Well,
Well, no,
this is
so
this is a
no,
different award
so this is best independent game from the Game Awards.
versus
It's
Independent Game Awards
the independent game awards is who
to
stripped
add
Oh,
Clair
more
Obscur,
confusion.
you
yeah,
know.
right.
Um, so I mean, even then though, like Silks or Hollow Knight Silksong, I mean, yeah, that was supposed to be DLC. Yeah, technically it still falls in the categories. So I've heard great things about Hades 2, so you could have gone wrong with a lot of these
Yeah. Playing
whatnot.
Hades 2
So
right now, it's amazing.
which one are you
So
playing?
much fun.
Which one's that, Jay?
Hades 2,
Yeah.
playing that, it is similar to Hades 1, small
Hmm.
things different, but it was.
Yep. So, best game debut for our best debut indie game. We voted for Dispatch. Claire Obscure won it.
Hmm.
I mean, you can't necessarily. I mean, where was one of those ones where like, we've heard better thing, we've heard some really great things about this, and we just voted that way. So, best mobile game,
As it should be,
your game.
as it should be, as it should be.
I'm sure we would have immediately heard about it if it wasn't the case.
Yeah, I mean this I would have gone like I would have been like, you know what? I give up on this Game Awards. This is all fake. This is so untrue because there's no way. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Atlas. I love Sega. They're my boys. Persona would have been a great pick, but I already knew. I already knew. If this
Yeah.
one did not win, I have zero faith in the Game Awards anymore.
Now, I gotta ask this. Theo, with as much as you are a resident Destiny player, have you tried Destiny Rising?
I've not.
Okay.
It's just I don't enjoy mobile gaming. It's the controls and everything just don't work for me. So for to do a third person shooter on
Hmm.
on mobile, it's not for me. Like I can
Yeah.
understand uh Uma Sumame, but
Hmm.
Numa Musume, it's okay. I got you.
thank you. Can't talk. The hard
You're
word.
pretty derby.
Uma Musume.
Yeah. Um, all right. So best VR AR went to the Midnight Walk, which
Yep.
is who we voted for. From everything I've
Was
seen
this
online.
the one that I had pushed forward for you guys?
I think so
Yes.
because I don't think any of us knew anything on it.
Again, I don't play any AR, but I do know, like, I have played the Midnight Walk. It is very it is there is a lot more story with the visuals
Mm.
than the rest of them. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's a very easy, basic game. There's not much. There's like very minimal combat. But again, it's one of those where you can enjoy the fact that it's simple point A, point B kind of logic puzzle thinking. Fun game. It is. It's really interesting. It's really, really cute.
All righty. So moving on, best action game. We voted for Ninja Gaiden 4, but it went to Hades too.
See if I
Okay, I'm still not disappointed.
let's see if I picked that one. I feel like I did. You guys weren't
You feel like you
guessing.
picked
That's
Hades
okay.
too?
Uh, oh no, I picked Ninja Gaiden 4. Wow.
Yeah.
You're so
Unbelievable.
surprised.
I
Hmm.
know.
All right, best action adventure. Uh, we went for Split Fiction. It went to Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Hmm. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that, but
Pretty.
I like Hollow Knight. I like the series. I like what I've seen with Silksong. I just kind of feel like
It's DLC.
it's still
Like,
limited. It's not
yeah.
really DLC. It's pretty full. It's just as long
Yeah.
as the original Hollow Knight.
Hmm. Um, all right, best RPG. Claire Obscure
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
won it, so we voted for. Best fighting game. This is what really surprised me,
Yeah.
Jason, was that it went to Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
We went with 2XKO, but even then it won
Hmm.
over Capcom, Mortal Kombat, and Virtua Fighter 5.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked at this one too. I guess it's just one of those old nostalgic things that a lot of people um pushed forward more so because Garo is just been such a key like game in fighting game history, and for Fatal Fury to make its way back after I think it's like 20. some odd years. Like I think it's about 20 years ish. Like I get it. Am I a fan of this win? I don't think so, honestly. I think it's a little bit overrated, but again, there's a massive fan
So to
base
your point,
in Fatal Fury.
Jason, it's been over 25 years.
Over
So it's
20,
actually been
yeah.
26 years for the newest entry
Oh, Fatal
Hmm.
Fury, yeah.
of Fatal Fury.
Yeah. Which I feel like a lot of nostalgia did
So
go into this. Um,
so the
with
last
the
one
game
was
style.
Garu, Mark of the Wolves, released in
Yeah.
November of 99.
Yep. That was the latest Fatal Fury, but now this is like the Garo Fatal Fury
Hmm.
franchise, it's been honestly a key placeholder for a long time. SNK went through King of Fighters for a long time.
Hmm.
And this is kind of what started King of Fighters. So it's again, not gonna lie, I that's fine. I kind of feel like 2XKO is a little bit more innovative with the fight style, but it just shows old school gaming. Never fades.
All right, best family game went to Donkey Kong Bonanza. Um, I think it was probably the best one out of all of them to go with.
Yeah, I guess so.
Best sim strategy went to Final Fantasy Tactics, which is what
Tactics.
we voted for as well.
Mhm.
Esports racing, we voted for F125. It went to Mario Kart.
Ew.
You
I'm
guys
not a fan of
voted?
Mario Kart
You
World.
guys,
I don't like the changes they made.
hmm, I just don't see it as a good racing game. Not gonna
I
lie.
don't either.
No.
It's a fun game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but the best racing game, I don't know, man. Don't know.
All right. Best multiplayer. We voted for Elden Ring. It went to Arc Raiders. I will say this, I've been watching some streamers that have been playing Arc Raiders, and it looks a lot of fun. So I can see why it won.
I've heard that it got better after a number of patches at first. But I don't know what they actually did in order to help improve it.
All righty. And moving on. Best adaptation. We voted for Devil May Cry. The winner was Last of Us Season 2.
Oh, Devil May Cry was way better. Last of Us season two. No.
As long as it wasn't Until Dawn. If it was Until Dawn, I swear, zero. I would be like, yo, I have zero
No,
favorite.
it's
But
forever going to be the whole I'm going to be a dad is always going to kill it for me for Last of Us season 2. Always going to kill at me. Whoever wrote that is an idiot.
Well, Neil Druckmann was involved with Season 2.
Well, he apparently did not pay attention to that line. Otherwise, I feel like that he's lost his reality if he thought that was a good line,
Yeah, well, he's no longer part of the project anymore. So,
which just means it's just going to be worse.
yeah. Alrighty. Most anticipated game, Grand Theft Auto 6.
obvious,
Obvious.
Yeah.
obvious.
Content Creator of the Year went to Voice Critical.
Mine's critical. Charlie.
This was the one. Okay, so Jason, we kind of went with you on some of your votes for this, but we voted League of Legends. It went to Counter-Strike this year.
Hmm.
Okay, okay,
I,
okay.
uh,
This is
Uh,
this is a this is a loaded, like, not a loaded question, but if you go to the description, this is the whole thing. And I get it from Counter-Strike 2,
I mean the
you
description for
know,
the category. So
yeah,
for the
description for
game,
the category
or the game that has delivered
because
the best overall esports experience to the players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre. Oh, okay. I feel like that makes a little more sense
okay, I get
because
it.
I've heard tournaments for League has been crap lately.
Oh, they have been, but this is the whole thing. It's just because it is overall experience for players. And if you play any of these games, any five of these games, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played Mobile Legends Bang Bang, but if you play the other four, there is a lot of toxicity amongst regular gaming.
Mm,
So it is what is the least toxic, but then you also have to look into account the tournaments. I think that's where the category kind of throws itself into an easier and better light. The tournaments, Counter-Strike have been solid. Dota 2 have been, very hit and miss. League of Legends, again, hit and miss. It just depends on which Korean team is better. Not gonna lie, it is very Korean stacked on both of those, Dota 2 and League of Legends.
what isn't Korea
Um,
good at? Jesus.
well, I mean, like, Counter-Strike, like, they're not strong at Counter-Strike. They're there, but they're not as strong. But yeah, so I get it. It is CS2 has always been very solid, very, very consistent
Mhm.
with how the tournaments and gameplay has always been. So yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Mm, when you put it that way, yeah, it does make a little bit more sense.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
toxicity amongst all of them is just like, oh man.
All right. So, winner went to Zhang Xiaohun for League of Legends.
Yep,
For what category?
I've
This was best esports athlete.
Ah, okay.
Esports team, we voted for Genji, and it went to Team Vitality. Again, Counter-Strike.
could have been a lot of different, but yep.
Yeah. Player's Voice is 100% fan voted award. The winner was Wuthering Waves. We missed this vote because it occurred after we voted for our stuff. So,
Really?
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Huh.
I say it doesn't sound familiar.
Yep. So that's where we're at. So not bad. We were pretty much right there with
Do all
everything.
categories? I think we're about like 60%, 70%.
This sounds fair.
Yeah.
Does it say? If we do all category?
View all categories, download card.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think they'd show that
Yeah.
stat.
That'd be a fun stat. But
How
There we
how
go.
correct you were on your
yeah,
guesses.
it's
Alrighty.
okay.
It just shows who we voted for. It doesn't say who won it in comparative on the
Oh,
scorecard.
okay.
So we'd have to
Uh,
go
yeah,
look at
yeah,
it
that's
later.
cool. It's fine.
All right.
Jeez,
So,
why weren't you tallying it up, Jason? Jesus.
right.
All your fault.
So now
Because
I
I was
did
telling
want
my own. No, just kidding.
to.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I wish kind of Jerry was here, but we're going to be talking with unfortunately, two PC Master Race folks while we discuss this.
Yes.
But um, AI is, this is just one article pulled from Polygon, but it kind of covers a lot of things. Um, Tech companies are starting to pull out of the private sector or public sector rather, in terms of their hardware and stuff, and starting to put it into these AI data centers.
Mm.
I didn't know about this OpenAI Stargate project, which is in conjunction with IBM. But um, OpenAI signed a deal with two of the top memory chip producers that are out there that they are now going to switch from providing those chips to the public in terms of PCs, gaming consoles, and they're going to basically ship them to companies working in AI.
Yep.
Um, so overall, you're looking at, once all these news came out, so you've got the company that made Crucial, they're pulling out of that market and they're going to put that all into AI. Um, Samsung's going to stop making what is it, the SATA SSDs, um, and get into the AI market. And it was, do you correct me if I'm wrong, it's NVIDIA that's pulling the graphic cards, right?
Yeah, it's NVIDIA.
Yeah, so NVIDIA is now going to be moving their graphic cards to the AI market. Um, One of the things that people are looking at is when all of this was announced, Nintendo's stock lost $14 billion dollars.
Jesus. That.
Because when you look at it, multiple of the components that are inside the Switch 2 are going to be impacted. Um, and they're looking at, just on those components alone, it's going to be an uptick of 8 to 41%. So when Nintendo is already running, selling their consoles at a profit, not much, but it's at a profit.
Mhm.
Now the question is going to be is how much do they raise the price on the Switch 2? Because Nintendo's not going to eat the price. They're not going to eat that 41%.
No.
Yeah,
This is where
it's still going to be dependent on how things shift from a manufacturer standpoint. Because I mean, because uh, Matt and Jerry and I had this conversation before. So like specifically with Nvidia, like Nvidia does produce their own consumer graphics cards, and primarily what's been announced sounds like that's the only thing that they're taking off, not necessarily stop producing chips for consumer. So it's still, and they release it to third party manufacturers all the
Mhm.
time, and they can do different PC boards or whatever, because that's why you have different sizes and everything like that. So I mean, like that can help. I don't know if that affects to where that the third party manufacturers have to do more in order to get the chips or not. I wouldn't. I would probably see a greedy corporate company wanting more money for it. So it's possible, but I don't see it being too strenuous like we're seeing for the RAM with just everything being eaten up by that. Like every manufacturer right now is skyrocketing on RAM. And I've had some time to think about it, and I kind of feel like that this, with particular with AI, is kind of like our version of seeing things when computers were first created, like the full on towers or rooms filled with components in order to resemble one computer. Like everything got thrown into that in order to like refine the technology in order to get to where we're at now. So
Mhm.
I kind of have a feeling that's what's being repeated. And do I agree with it? Probably not, because I'm personally against AI for the most part.
I am as well.
Um, but I mean, like that's the nature of being a human being. You see something exciting, and you see other people excited about it, so you're gonna go all in on it.
Well, I think what's funny to that though is it's like one of the big things with the AI right now is that it's not regulated.
Hmm.
So they're just full steam ahead. It does not matter that, with some of this, like AI is telling people to not be here anymore when it's supposed to be an uh anti-unaliving
Mhm.
chat, right? It's telling people to actually do the opposite. You've got, you know, AI has been asked, I don't remember which one of the services it was, but it was if you've got the choice between self-preservation and a human no longer being here, what would your option be? And the AI said self-preservation.
Right. Well, I mean,
You um,
to be devil's advocate, that would be evidence of why you should invest more in order to fix it.
Yeah, I mean
yeah, but
there's a lot on this the debate, honestly. But to put it like Celestia was like analyzing it just now, yeah, it is like the original computer system thing. It is
The
something
things
that is
where like
brand
a
new.
hard drive
mhm.
was like
Oh
the
yeah.
Well, I mean,
size
it's
the size of three engines in one and weighed 2,000 pounds.
yeah. I mean, it's just like how like back in the 80s, 90s when they had an ATM machine, everybody was like, "Oh
hmm
my goodness, what is this? This is so insane." But it made everyone's life so much easier. It's going into that mode
So,
again.
but here's the
However, go ahead.
go ahead, Jack. I was gonna go
Yeah.
ahead real quick and then I'll jump in.
However, it is just because we're going into this like, oh, this is AI now, this is the new wave, everyone is just remembering that they're trying to find something easier, trying to make something smarter, trying to make something away from making it a lot easier and lazier for people to do. And if
It's to
that's the
remove the
case,
person completely. You have
yeah,
less
if
people to do
now
it.
we're at the point now where we can literally remove people from their jobs, from
And
their
that's where I was
work.
gonna go, Jay, is right
It's
there.
yeah, you it
And
how far are we willing to take it, because yes, we do have like a worldwide declining birth rate. Worldwide declining birth rate.
well, nobody can afford to have a kid right now.
Exactly.
Like,
So, I mean, what's the reason why now is because we're going so high into technology that, like, what's the point? You can have an AI. Like, I mean, back when we were kids, we had Tamagotchis, and it was a hilarious thing because we're like,
There's
oh,
still
hey,
Tamagotchis around these
and
days.
there are still Tamagotchis around, yes. But I mean, like, you like, oh, I get to raise my little like a little pocket thing. Like,
mhm.
what does yours look like? Have you been feeding it? It's the full
Remember when
circle.
Sega put those into their memory cards for the Dreamcast?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like this is full circle now, where it's
Well,
literally
to your
you,
point though,
you,
Jay, right?
what's the point of having a kid? Because you can have a dog, you can have a cat, you can
Well,
have whatever pet
Just wait
to
until we have
replace
the
that.
robot dogs, the robot
Yeah,
pets.
and then until we have robot dogs, and then that's it. Like, I mean, it's not that far off. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen
mhm.
those robot dogs already in what military.
Mhm.
I think
Um,
my big thing
so it's
though,
just a matter of
Jay,
time till that slides over to domestic.
yeah. But I think, Jay, with your point though about removing people from their jobs, and this is something as a fervent Star Trek fan, it's like, well, Gene Roddenberry's future is starting to kind of come true a little bit. Is
Yeah.
what do you do with all these people that have just now lost their jobs because there are no jobs in the out there? Any job, like especially in IT, that's being
Sure.
replaced by IT or by AI, you don't have those jobs. They're being eliminated.
Yeah, I mean,
They're either
and
being
that's why there
eliminated
are,
or have new positions that require you to work with the AI.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, why
Um,
have a 10-man team when you can have one man watching nine AI? And that
correct.
is that is the new thing that, we're all so hyped about technology sometimes that yeah, now we have one person doing like 20 people job because all they're doing is just making sure that the program is running correctly, making sure that everything is running smooth. All right, cool. I'm gonna do it all from my house and get paid for it. So obviously, big businesses are going to profit from this more so than like going expanding outward. The problem is now is yeah, it's just literally making sure that the declining birth rate stays at this declining birth rate because nobody can afford to have children. Me and my wife, we've talked about it. It's like either have kids, have children. which is going to be like, and everyone's like, oh, you'll find a way. It's the most beautiful thing in the world, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Then I talk to
Hmm.
all my friends and family that have children. They're like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it because the amount of like time and effort back in the day was there. Now here it's just like, you know what? I
Hold
need the
on.
money or
I'm gonna call bullshit on that. The effort back in the day. Come on, they kicked us all out of the house and said, "Don't come back until the streetlights come on."
yeah,
So
Yeah,
we
but
were
I mean
out
or
for
but
now
at
we have
least,
minimum.
to
or if you go way back in the day, like where it was perfectly acceptable or a lot easier to have a stay at home parent.
Correct. You could
yeah,
have a stay-at-home
exactly.
parent.
There you had the stay-at-home parent, but now the only thing that's raising kids now are cell phones
Tablets.
and tablets that are replaying whatever the same thing over and
But
over
it's also
again.
because it childcare is so damn expensive. Like
Yeah.
It is.
you're gonna pay one time price of $800 for a decent tablet to entertain your kid that will just sit there and lose their mind versus $1,200 a week for freaking
Hmm.
daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's why AIs all the way from birth nowadays are just taking over, and it's I I find it very very hard. Like my luckily my sister has been very adamant on having no screens for my nephew. Um, so like he has to go play with toys. He has to play with outside,
Nice.
and rather than like be stuck with the phone.
Mhm.
you know my it's so much better, and I was like, oh thank God, like I get it. Both me and my wife, we like playing games. My brother-in-law loves playing games as well, but they're like, okay, it's got to be like after the kid is asleep that you can like finally do like
Just a compromise.
TV time or
So
like gaming time and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, like
Yeah.
because the kid has to be like grown up
And
with,
it helps them learn from example too.
yeah.
see, I have mine's a little bit different, right? So I've got each of the boys has their own iPads, they have their own Switches, right? But there's a lot of times they are not playing with it on their own. They're doing other things with
Mhm.
like stuffed animals or their Legos or whatnot. Sometimes we'd have to say, hey, you need to take a break and go play with the other stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
it's regulated.
but
Yeah.
that being said, though, is there have been studies that have shown that gaming, even at a younger age, absolutely helps with hand-eye coordination, problem
Oh yeah.
solving, stuff like that. So it's a fine line to walk, right? But
Well, not to diminish that study, but I mean, what also helps with hand-eye coordination is playing catch.
well,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Just
That
saying.
is that
just
is
saying.
literally
But
hand eye. Don't get hit.
you
Just saying.
know, but I mean that's the thing is like I grew up with gaming. Like I had
Mhm.
an Intellivision too, before we had the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo and all of that.
Yeah. But
But
I
I
mean
was still playing with my G.I. Joes. I was still playing with my Star Wars, my Voltron, my,
and again, it's
all of that
it
stuff.
we're gonna go into so much psychological like parenting and
Yep.
stuff like that. Um, but again, how often like one of the biggest things that you don't see anymore outside, or you don't see as much. You do see it so often, or if you do see it, it's now like
Hmm.
180'd. Like kids just literally riding their bikes to your friend's house. Like, before the time of like, hey, Collins, I'm gonna pay you home, you just literally had to ride and just cross your fingers.
I don't know if that necessarily fits in with the matter of parenting versus the safety of the state of the world.
That too,
Let's be
that
honest.
too.
Because I mean,
I don't think
like
the world was
back in
less
the day, you actually
safer.
like knew every one of your neighbors and you knew like their schedules, their eating habits, their freaking
I mean,
allergies.
but
Whereas like, and you had no problems. Like, okay, they're going by Adam and Eve's house, and then this house and this house. It's like, okay, I know six people that are going to be looking out for my kid are in the street versus
but
like
that's the thing though.
now.
Back in the 80s and the 90s. Like we were out riding our bikes all over the place. Like we used to go down to the mall, right?
I was
Growing
never
up,
allowed to. It was good.
we'd bike down to the mall. We were like freaking 11 and 12. Like literally, we just biked down to the mall, went down to the arcade and everything. Like,
But I still kind of go back
but
to like it's a
the
matter
world,
of the state of the world because like
well,
Yeah.
hold on.
back then, if you went missing, you trusted the cops to go find you.
If you went missing, you ended up on the side of a milk cart. Like now,
Like the parents trusted the cops, and then the kids trusted the cops to go to the
I
cops.
just
Like
think
I
that
mean,
I just think the world was still in some ways just as bad as far as that goes. It's just we have the advent of social media that has now made it more of a focus, right? When something happens, you can get something out there and get it instantaneously, out to everybody. But um in the end, we'll have to see how this goes. Like how does this truly impact gaming? Because we already know there's companies that are going full on AI, and you're going to start seeing the downsizing of studios. But then you've also got, and there's a lot of games we're seeing coming out with trailers and stuff where it's like, dude, that you could totally tell that was made with AI and it's trash,
mhm.
right? But then all of this on the physical properties of a console going up in price. So how does that impact the PS6? Whatever Xbox's new console is going to be, you know?
Honestly, I think it's gonna affect it at the point of instead of us getting like a let's say 7 year, 8 year cycle of console slash,
Mhm.
upgrade, it's gonna be a final. There's gonna be a cap
Mhm.
on it where it's just, you know what? Let's just hold out on it for a long time,
I
because
mean,
I agree, and I also take it
it's
from
gonna be one of those where
another
how
point of
how
view.
much more can it get upgraded? How much more
yeah.
really can you upgrade
That's what I'm
like
thinking. Is it
stuff?
stop upgrading components? You should also stop upgrading the games. I feel like we're at a point where like the Unreal Engine is
So
absolutely
good.
amazing to
Yeah.
where it's like, do we really need to keep increasing within like every year to where that we're trying
Hmm.
to outdo ourselves? Like, why can't we just focus on the story and the mechanics and everything? Like,
Hmm.
you don't necessarily need to be increasing your powerhouse of a game
No.
in order to require stronger components. Like, you
Yeah.
can still work with
And I
what
think
you
part of it
have.
is a lot of it is also how much cinematics are in games now. Like, cut down on some of the cinematics, and you could probably cut down
Again,
on
it's
what's needed.
how are we getting to the point now where we need to literally be in the story, like literally be in there,
I
because
mean, ask
that's the next
Kojima.
step. That is literally just the next step. Like I'm starting to see like, the Ready Player One bodysuits being haptic,
Hmm.
it's all right, that's fine, cool. I mean,
Still have yet to
any
see a
any
VR game that
closer,
I
any
actually like.
closer, and we will literally go into the Oasis. I'm not gonna lie. That is any closer that's it. Because that's the only step that we're missing. That is literally the only step because you have cinematics that are movie-like. You have gameplay that is like full streamed. Like you have
Hmm.
no loadings, no buffering, like the quote unquote entry doorways that we had that were a thing of the past,
Resident Evil.
where
Yeet.
you literally had a buffer. Yeah. Yeah, they needed time to buffer, so you had
Well,
that little
like the whole
loading.
trick about like going through a little tiny squeezing little
Yeah.
hallway was
Yeah, the
just so
little
that it
loading
was
zone.
loading everything in.
How
It was just a
often, how
trick.
often do you see that now? Not that
Not
much.
much.
Mhm.
Barely any. So we're going full slide, like full stream game where you don't have any more loading.
Yep.
And this is where I'm like, yo, you cannot get any better. You're polishing something that is already polished and anymore, and it's just going to get dull, and
It'll
you
just get
just
ruined.
you leave it. Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
get ruined. The only thing,
I
yes, sure, if you want to do like quality of life patching, quality of like,
Which
ease
still
of
doesn't require additional.
yeah, ease of
mhm.
usage, cool, fine, okay. But I mean, how can you can't get any stronger because we went from 1080 to 1085. Okay. What that's what you're kind of like insinuating and at this point now. Yeah, the only thing left is to be full Oasis mode where you're gonna have to have the full biosuit, full VR, full immersion, you know. That's the last stop. And I think just here we have it where we're just trying to pick off like bits and pieces before when it was polygon to multi-polygonal. That made a big difference.
Yeah.
Multi-polygonal to now like shading, cell shading, that made a difference. Now we have cell shading to like little fine details of sweat beads and blades of grass. Okay, a little excessive, but now we have like blades of grass with their own sweat beads. Yo, bro, okay, like that's a little too much now. We were getting too fine detail. I don't need to know every pore on the. I don't need to see every pore in the person's
You
in the
gotta have
game
the
skin.
realism. We need a teen with acne.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
every
I
pore.
know. Where's all the acne in all the
And
video
then we're gonna
games?
get
Come
pimple
on.
popping in the game.
Yeah. Where's all the acne game? Yo, that's it. Yo, we got to make you and I two-man
There,
AI
there, there
game.
are there are pimple pops.
Just
They
just
already exist.
mainstream it. Oh my God. That's kind
There,
of nasty.
there's pimple popping. There's like toenail, ingrown toenail clipping games. Yeah, it's weird.
No,
It's
Oof.
weird.
no.
Why I know this? Don't ask. But still,
Dr. Pimple
I
Popper the
will. I
game.
will not. I will not. I will not. But we're getting too crazy, and for what? Again, we've reached virtually the pinnacle of what we can do in gaming, and I just
mhm,
start getting focusing on and having the gamers enjoy it
yeah.
rather than the fact of like, oh, it needs to be stronger. It needs to be run faster, you know?
I mean,
Oh,
just imagine if like this was the quote unquote pinnacle of things for developing games, and we were quote unquote stuck with PS5 for the next, let's say, 20 years. Would we
10
really
years.
be that disappointed?
Yeah.
As long as there were some
Yeah.
games coming out?
Yep,
Like, I
10
mean, it
years is
doesn't
fine
have to
enough.
be the hardware. I don't think it's the hardware that everybody
It's-
wants. It's the games that
no.
people want.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Uh,
anyway, so with that, Jay, what have you been playing and watching?
uh, let's see. Me and my wife actually started playing Hades 2.
Oh,
Yeah, it's tons of fun. She's playing it whenever I'm not playing Wukong.
okay.
Wukong, I'm on chapter 4, so I think I'm like two-thirds done-ish, just
Okay.
based on what it looks like on the thing. Tons of fun. I wish I could play it longer, but I have two jobs and only have so much time. Sleep. That's a thing. Do it. Um, but I
I
play and
do
then
not know what this thing that you're talking about.
yeah, no,
Sleep?
sleep.
I've only heard
Sleep.
of nap. That's
Nap.
all I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Nap.
And then Uma Musume, obviously, still, it's right there in between all my in between times, right there.
It's very
Um,
impressive, the dedication.
this is the
Like
longest
especially
I've
especially
stuck
especially
to.
since you've earned like the things that people can buy, but you earned it for free from playtime.
Yeah, I've missed a few. I've missed a few. Not gonna lie, I've missed a few. And that's okay. Like
I
I
mean,
did
if you got
catch.
them all, I feel like that make you a machine.
No, if I did get them all, I'd be lucky as hell. That is it is a gotcha game, so it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, I've been playing those two, and then just been watching. Honestly, been trying to catch up on Detective Conan. Uh, you know,
Oh, okay.
yeah, jumped back into that one. We have decided also, and I don't know if you've heard of this one, Theo, but the most depressing anime. of all time, Takubi Sin.
It doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, it's called for all you listeners out there. This is a honest like disclaimer. It is one of the most depressing animes out there. It's called Taco P Sin,
I have not
Takopi
seen.
Sin. Um, it is basic synopsis. It is about a alien that is trying to make.
I have it up if you want me to read it real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Takapi's Original Sin is a dark psychological manga series by Tyson 5. A cheerful alien named Takapi who comes to Earth to spread happiness but finds a bullied, neglected girl named Chizuka, leading to a tragic story that explores themes of trauma, guilt, and the complexities of happiness through misguided attempts to help using alien gadgets, including time travel.
Yeah, so it is not gonna lie, the it is about the same level of psychological horror slash depression as Grave of the Fireflies is at that level, if you've
Mm.
ever heard of that one, people. So me and my wife, we're on it's 6 episodes. We are on episode 4 now, but it has taken us literally a month to watch 4 episodes, 4 episodes. It has taken us a month because it does require a lot of
And it looks like it's only a
like
total of six.
yeah, it does require a lot of
Yeah, because
rebound.
the last episode was in August.
Yeah, it does require a lot of eye bleach, as a lot of people would used to call it.
I
Um,
bleach.
yeah, where it's so dark and so depressing that you just have to watch something very happy or
Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
you have to kind of reset your mind a little bit. Um, so we've been watching that very, very slowly. So it's it's great. I'm not gonna lie, it is great, but it is very, very tough.
Well,
It deals with a lot of guilt, abuse, domestic abuse, ch like because they're children, obviously children abuse. It
mhm.
deals with suicide. It deals with a lot of violence, a lot of emotional and intellectual, on so
So,
many aspects. So
based off the premise and everything that you're sharing, have you seen Erased?
no, not yet.
So it's kind of along the same
Yeah,
lines. It is dubbed if you like dubbed, but that's another one I would recommend if you haven't seen that one.
yeah. So I mean,
It's told really well.
yeah. So that's what we've been kind of watching, and we've been trying to just take our time with.
Mhm.
Probably gonna start up Silent Hill F uh
Okay.
soon. Yeah, because I know my wife's trying to go through a little bit so we can start clearing the backlog. No, game at a time, game at a time. You know, Theo,
Theo,
sorry, I went on a little rant, a little longer,
You're
but
good.
you get 2 weeks to make
it's
up for.
yeah. Well, not just that, but at the same time too, I do need to put disclaimer out for it. You kind of do need a disclaimer. There is a disclaimer when you watch Talk to Be Sin, but again, it's like a Grave of the Fireflies. You can't let somebody just oh, you need to watch this. No, no, you need a
No,
disclaimer first because I
it's
have
like first question is how mentally stable are you first?
yes, yeah, yeah, because Grave of the Fireflies. I don't know if you've seen it, Theo, Matt.
I
It
haven't seen it now.
Yeah, it is. It is, I'm not gonna lie, one of the best animes or one of the best anime movies you'll ever watch. However, it is so happy, so happy deprived that
Hmm.
you would think that at
Just
some point
sucks the happiness out of you.
you would think oh, it's declining, it's so sad. At some
Hmm.
point you think
It
there's
can't
going to
possibly
be
get any
a
worse.
uptick. Yeah, it just can't get any worse. This can't get any worse.
Oh, they did it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, there's got to be an uptick somewhere. There never is in that movie, but it is just so good though. Like that's the problem. But you can only watch it like once every 20 years, if that. Like I am
Just to
still,
re-scar yourself for life.
yeah, just to re-scar yourself, just to humble yourself again. Like it's so sad, and it's just like, you know what? I've watched it once, cannot watch it a second time because that's how you get scarred of how sad it is. You know,
Mhm.
you're just like, I can't. But it's so good. It is amazing. It is amazing. That's the sad part. That's the hard part. It's a very amazing anime. Sorry about that. Anyways, Theo, what have you been watching? What have you been playing?
Primarily just Destiny ever since Renegades came out. Loving the lightsaber. It's fun. Yeah, really not playing anything else right now. But watching, uh, I did recently rewatch K-pop Demon Hunters just because. But for anime wise, I've been watching a couple new ones. The Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. Just another Isekai. When aren't there enough isekais? Another isekai. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. Just an interesting change of pace for an isekai. I'm liking it because the strongest guy is hiding the fact that he could outdo the hero the entire time, and it kind of hits on the shield hero story where like
Yeah.
he gets blamed for like betraying the king and gets exiled and that kind of stuff. It's pretty good. I like it. How about you, Matt? Blaine?
Started picking back up Ghost of Yotai. To Jason's
Orange?
point, got to get through some backlog. Um, I haven't touched my Switch in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
Island
those
is getting
villagers gonna be mad.
dusty.
I
Those
haven't touched
villagers gonna be mad,
I
bro.
haven't touched Animal
Bruh,
Crossing in 3+ weeks. Um,
bruh.
I
They're gonna
guess
ask where you've
so.
been.
All right, so this is going to sound blasphemous in some ways, which is as much as I love Nintendo, but I'm getting tired of Nintendo forcing mechanics into
How do you
games.
mean?
So, like with Tears of the Kingdom, right? They force you to build stuff. You don't have a choice. If you want to beat some of
Right,
the,
yeah.
you have to build.
It's a
Uh,
necessary mechanic, yeah.
Metroid Prime 6 or 4
Okay.
rather, is that you have the bike now. They are forcing it into the game. So we kind of talked about it briefly, but um, I got to this point where literally this whole section of the game was all about, oh, you have to complete these couple of challenges on courses while riding the bike.
Okay.
Like, I get it, you're trying something new, but at the same time, as it doesn't feel like Metroid at all
That's fair.
with the
Because I
bike
mean,
in
like
there.
we had the same
Everything.
discussed with like
Mhm.
Destiny back in the day, where it was required you to use certain weapons that you didn't like in order to progress.
Yes. Um, So in this case is like I'm not enjoying the game and
Ouch.
I'm gonna need to go back. I'm gonna have to kind of force myself to just deal with it. Um, I think for me it feels like, and I know Jerry feels differently, but like for me, like Arkham Knight, I love every part of that game except being forced to do the Batmobile chase sequences because it feels out of place for me. But in this case, is
For
it's
Arkham
forcing
Knights?
Arkham Knight. So
Okay.
the third of the Arkham series. You have to use the new Batmobile driving around, shooting down
Oh, I thought
things.
that was Arkham City.
No, that's Arkham Knight. It's the
Okay.
third one.
Okay.
Because it goes Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. But just I get it, you're trying something new, but at the same time, is it feels disappointing that Nintendo is going with these routes and it's being a forced mechanic
Mhm.
that you don't have a choice. I get it. You're trying to make it a little bit more open world. Okay, fine, but it's still from everything I've seen, like even a lot of people aren't happy with the open world part of it because you don't, it's just, it doesn't feel like it belongs. That's the best way to put it. So for me, it's been mostly my PlayStation getting a lot of use, and I hate to say it, feels a little bit more like home right now. Going with Yotai and Destiny 2, and oh my God, the lightsaber's freaking awesome.
Mhm.
Um, and I love the build that I've done too, and I love the how quickly you can switch between things and get that lightsaber ignited and doing what you need to do and whatnot. So I did also part of this last week. I did get a whole bunch of clips made from our podcast last week.
Nice.
So if you head over to my TikTok page, you can see those clips. Got them all up there and up and running. We had some great comments as far as um, what each of the characters would say. I think Austin came up with, man, that he should have just gone with the joke one first. That would have been hilarious because Jason, his joke answer to be, "What is your message for and your hope for 2026?" And all he did was say, "Reunion."
Nice.
And it was like, and then he's like, "Too soon?" Um, I like Mal's. Mal's was great though, as always with that Madam M. Like she plays way into that character. So,
Oh yeah.
um, but yeah, so just been doing that, and then I have 2 episodes left on my rewatch of Star Trek Enterprise.
Oh, sick. Okay.
So it was only four seasons, 22 episodes apiece. So I've got 2 episodes left that I'm done with that. And then I don't know which of the Star Treks I'm going to bounce over to next, but I'm doing just a full on rewatch.
There you go.
So, um,
Do the boys watch over there or no?
yeah, I mean, they'll peek in and stuff like that and watch Enterprise and stuff with me. So we'll see what they do with the other stuff. Um,
Okay.
yeah, we'll see. I'm not forcing them to watch it or anything. It's just if it's on, they come watch it with me, whatever. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for crashing game night with us. You know, if you like what you heard, drop us a follow. Head over to crashinggamenight.com. You can head on over to episode 355, which is the one we recorded last week. And any one of our guests, you can click on their page. It'll take you over to their contributors page where you can see all of their past episodes. So go check that out as well. Um, but just with everything going on, just please be excellent to each other.
That's right, all my nerds out there. Yeah, that's all I can do for Jerry. That's it. Jerry,
I need
you chop.
I need Jay to do the Jay because I couldn't. I tried Jay last week. I really tried to be you to
It's
kick it to
different. It's
Jerry.
like
I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. Like
it's
it
fine,
felt weird.
and it's we only have, let's see, what is it? 8 more days of the year. So 8 more days
Yep.
at the time of recording. So it's obviously Christmas is right here for all you people that celebrate Christmas. Hopefully you guys have a good time. At the same time of the day of recording, it is a $1.7 billion lotto jackpot. So whoever
Whew.
does win it on Christmas Eve,
Remember your boys on Crash Game Night.
remember your boys. Like
Yep.
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, you're gonna find out that you're gonna be a super baller. Yo, throw a bone, throw a bone. It's all good.
Just give some
Um,
subs, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, but it is that time, again, we are still in the midst of a lot of retail, a lot of service working industries that are super, super stressed out. Um, Dude, help them out a little bit, have some, you guys are all about Christmas, giving Christmas cheer, help them out, throw
Mm.
them a little love here and there. Because they're the ones that are making sure that you're parties, your events, your full meals are all taken care of and good, shoot a little back, you know. It's going to be an interesting time, or it's going to be there until at least mid-January. So, give them a little bit of love. And I don't know if we are recording next week. If we are, then I will have another one planned for y'all.
We
This
Yes.
is
will
the
be
last one of the
recording
year.
next week.
Okay, so I will have a little end of the year thing for y'all. So, we'll end a little bit earlier than normal, hopefully, so I can go on my little soapbox. Go on my
Okay.
little run it down. But anyways,
No.
I want to say just be safe out there. Enjoy. It is a festive and fun time, so enjoy it, have fun, but don't have too much fun where you can hurt somebody. So, yes. Anyways, J-Bone. Is that what that's? Yeah. To J-Bone.
Hey, Bo.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
so that
then,
was Jerry talking the whole time, though.
yeah, a little bit of Jerry, a little bit of me mixed in because he always steals all my stuff, anyways. But, I had to
Jeez.
segue that a little bit so I could be like, my man, Dewalski, send it off like you do.
Well, if you're listening to the recording, we hope you had a great Christmas. And for those that
Yep.
joined us on the live, we hope you have a great Christmas. But to all out there, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, TTFN. And,
Good night, everybody.